Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Candid Conversations. It is Monday evening. It is the very first episode of season 5. I have missed you all, but we have a lot going on for season 5. Of course, we have not changed much because season 4 was just amazing. And so we have our boss chick this evening. Her name is Cierra Mack, and I can't wait for you to get to know her and find out about her journey and all that she has going on in her life. We have the spotlight on money. So Taryn T Money, with her new last name Ferrer, is here to tell us about our finances and how to keep our money together. And then, of course, we're going to round out the hour with Girl Talk. So if you haven't already, get your relationship questions ready. Go grab your wine, but don't go too far because I don't want you to miss any information that we have going on tonight. So without further ado, our boss chick is up. All right. Did that give you enough time, Sierra, to get ready? Yes, no, you came ready. So I apologize for any technical difficulties. I'm just trying to work out the kinks. I'm not really sure what's going on, but everything seems to be going fine. So I want to introduce everyone to our boss chick for the evening. Her name is Cierra Mack, and she is a fashion designer. And so it says the Fashion Mac. I like it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start out, Sierra, by giving you the floor, but I want you to tell everybody your name, what you do, and how you came to become a fashion designer.
So, hey y'all, I'm Cierra. I started designing, it made 11 years, this past November. I started design school 2010, and I have been taking clients since 2014. Right now, I am a fashion designer. I do custom clothing for men, women, and children. Time season right now, so it's grind time. Also specialize in weddings, birthdays, any special occasion, basically.
Okay, nice. All right, sounds good. So now you said you went to design school. How did you decide to go to design school? Were you drawing as a child or?
Well, I always was an artsy fartsy type of kid, but I never thought that I would be a fashion designer. Growing up, I always said I wanted to be a teacher, and I actually
Okay.
was for 5 years. But as I came to my 4th or 5th year, I started to get fidgety in my life, and I wanted to change. I wanted to start building something for myself. And I was playing around with design school after I seen some ads popping up on my smartphone, and called down there and they gave me a tour. And within like 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks, I was in the school in the mid semester. They created a whole classroom for me and everything with the teacher
Nice.
but it wasn't any students. So
Okay.
I had like in the middle of the semester. It happened so fast. It was like design chose me, honestly.
Okay. That's nice. So they created a whole program for you. So you must have stood out as very special before you even really got started.
Um, I would like to say so.
Okay.
I really think it was my determination to want to breathe something new, do something better than what I was doing at the time,
Okay.
and met with the coordinator of the program at the time. He really cut a lot of corners for me because he saw me going back and forth with the essay that I had to write to get admitted in,
Mm-hmm.
the application fee because I was young and broke.
Oh no. We've been there.
For application fee, and He was just like, yeah, I see something in you and we're going to get you started. It was literally, school had started August. I started November
Oh
2000.
wow. Okay. Very nice. And what was the name of that school?
The Art Institute. The
The
Art
Art Institute.
Institute
Okay.
out of Chicago River.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. What was I gonna ask you? Oh, so I wanted to know, well, maybe I should show some of your designs that you sent me and then I'll ask because I have just some questions. So I'm gonna show some
That was
on
one.
if I can get I didn't hear you.
I said that was one of my favorite dresses that I've ever done. She was a client from Vegas, and
Okay.
they flew me out.
Nice. Okay.
so,
Very special. Okay. How long did it take you to make this dress?
I'm pretty fast when it comes to dresses. For her to be an client, it was amazing that I only got her one fitting. I flew down there. We did
Okay.
home. I
Hmm.
flew there one weekend with half of the dress almost done. And then once I saw the fit on her, I flew down there another weekend and it was ready for her. So
Okay. So how many fittings does it normally take?
3 or 4. Three,
Oh,
really as many as I want. As many
okay.
as you to make sure that it fits good, perfect. I'm real, a stickler about that as many times as I want, but typically 3 to 4 and a pickup.
Okay. All right. And
That
so
was
would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
um with my stuff that I make for myself, no. With my
Okay.
clients, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can throw some
Got it.
real quick for myself and you won't even tell that it's not done because of my angles and how I do it. But for my clients, yes, I want to give them exactly what they want.
Okay.
And I want
Nice.
to feel real special when they wear one of my garments.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep flashing them on the screen. Now just let me know if you want me to stop and talk about one of them, okay?
Well,
Because
this
like
dress right here was my first time putting glass on a. It's literally like little small glass mirrors on her,
oh,
and that was my first time working with that. But it came out so beautiful. She was so happy, and she still is a continuous client to this day.
wow, glass, real glass.
Hmm. From on the boobs and on the bottom of the shirt.
And so, okay, so that sounds very difficult to do.
It was. I found some smart ways to do it a little bit better the next time I used it. But
Okay.
it was little glass pieces that came in a pack, and I used
Hmm.
pieces to put it on like a skin tone mesh to make it look like it's literally floating on the skin.
Okay. Wow.
That
Yeah.
was prom a couple years ago.
Okay. All right, let's look at this one. Very
That one
luxurious.
did her and her date. I don't know if I sent that picture, but her date had a gold and red suit.
Let's see. I think this
Yep,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
my favorite
Oh,
couples.
you
But
did both of them.
hmm
Okay, so you
yeah,
do suits too. Okay. Look at that. I know that when you were referred to me and I was shown some of your pictures, I'm like, oh my goodness, oh wow. And I was, being told, I'm like, she makes these pretty fast. She does a lot. And I'm like, wow. And I mean, everything looks so meticulous. Like you take your time with the details. And so I'm like, I have to talk to her. I have to have her on my show. So now I have to ask how, because you said prom season is coming up.
the
How far in advance do they need to get a hold of you before they can
right now.
expect to get a prom dress?
Or somebody who's going on prom, you probably already have the person that you're working on. Like right now, you would be late if you would be trying to find a designer. A lot of people are still reaching out, which we still are taking clients, but
Okay.
this is around the time where you would be kind of late because prom start in April.
Right. Okay. Wow. So how much do your dresses run?
It depends. It depends.
Okay.
Fabric choice, style, detail, how long you give me to make it.
Okay.
One of
Go ahead.
the first dress that you put out, that you showed with the rhinestone beading, that dress was probably my most expensive prom dress to date. That dress was about $3,000, and at least 1,000 of it went on the fabric.
Is it that this one?
No, the very first one.
Oh, the purple.
Yes, she got rhinestone beading from head to toe, and
Oh,
those
wow.
cost a lot of money, and it's a lot of detail, a lot of handwork because you
Okay.
that's something you got to sew by hand.
Okay. So you're not sitting there with like the McCall pattern and work work because that's what I know. I go to the Hobby Lobby, get a McCall pattern.
Honestly, I did start out using patterns. They
Okay.
use patterns in school, but
Mhm.
once I started taking clients, I got to the point where I can just cut something out and by measurements. I can cut it out by
Wow.
um sew a full garment.
Okay. So how long did it take from the time you started design school to the time you got to the point where you could just see something and cut it out based on the measurement?
I think. Are you still on? Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Wait. Say that again, cause I got a
Oh,
call and it cut you off.
oh, okay. So I was asking from the time you started design school to the time you got to where you could just see something, get the measurements and cut it out and make it. What was the time frame? Like how long did it take you to perfect that skill?
Well, I started design school 2011. It was about 4 years before I started actually, cutting out by measurements and just eyeballing. Now it's to the
Okay.
point sometimes I don't even need your measurements. I can look at you, your body type, cut something out real quick and put it on. Usually it's a perfect fit. I love when it's a perfect fit. It makes me so happy. But
Yeah.
sometimes alterations like in the hip, under the boob, because everybody
Okay.
differently. But
And
yeah.
that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yeah,
All right.
I can
Sounds good.
I can eyeball and
Okay.
cut out a dress and do a dress.
Now, does anybody ever come to you and just say, I need a dress, you do you? Or do they always come with some type of idea?
A little bit of both. A little bit.
Okay.
I have clients who know exactly what they want. Like, look, this is what I want. I want it exactly like this. Don't stick too far away from it. If you
Okay.
let me know, let me see if I like it. They're, they know what they want. On the other hand, I have clients who would say, I seen your work. I know you do good work. This is the color that I want. Just put your stamp on it. That's
Okay.
I really 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 love when that happens because it gives me a chance to show people something new, something
Hmm.
different, as opposed to doing something that somebody saw already.
Okay. And then along those same lines, have you ever had a client where they come to you and they have a design ready and you're like, I'm not
Well,
making this.
no, actually, I've had a lot of clients who would try to draw their designs out, and I can,
Mhm.
although it may not be a really good drawing, I can still see the vision and draw it
Okay.
out again, or show them exactly what I see in my head, and then they could either say yay or nay, like no, that's not what I was thinking, or yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. If
Wow.
at any time I'm working on something and it's not giving me like those vibes, like it's
Yeah.
really not clicking, I'll change it. I'll change
Okay.
and I'll let my clients see it when they come for their fit. Like,
Okay.
what felt good, the other path wasn't working. Let me know how you feel. Usually, it's a good thing though. They okay. I like where you went with this. I never had
Okay.
to tell me, I don't like what you did with something. But if my clients are honest and say, I thought I was gonna like this on second thought, can we change it back? I definitely,
Okay.
I definitely will.
Okay. So you're flexible.
Yes, but I
Okay, good.
touch on stuff like I love a high shoulder. Like
Mhm.
I look. You can even see in the back. I was working on something today that I want to show y'all, but I love
Oh,
high shoulder and a high waisted skirt and a flare.
okay.
I would try to put that on everything if I could.
So that's your signature kind of.
I think
Well, yeah, let's see what you have back there behind you. What is that?
this is a fabric that I got from New Rainbow Fabrics, and shout out to New Rainbow Fabrics. They put my dress in the window recently. Um,
Oh,
I've
congratulations.
passed New Rainbow on Roosevelt. That's
Okay.
a little dress in the window, but I
Nice.
from them today, and it's actually the rose gold side is
Okay.
this is the actual fabric, but when I saw the inside of it, this spoke to me more, so I put it on this side.
Okay.
And it's basically just a flare skirt. I love a high-waisted flare skirt. And I know it looks kind of like Back to the Future and really like.
I was gonna ask, did you make that for something specific?
Yeah, actually, yes. I'm going to have a photo shoot in March. And for photo shoots, I feel like you can be
Okay.
out of the ordinary. You can do something that's, crazy shape, crazy fabric because you want something that'll pop on camera. You want something
Right.
and not really like every day that you will wear every day. Well, I would.
Okay.
I definitely
Yes, that's funny.
put this on, but this
Okay, well, that's beautiful.
crop jacket with the
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a one-piece dress.
nope, it's a crop jacket. I love a two-piece.
Okay, that's very nice.
You, but yeah, I love a high shoulder, baby. I can put a high shoulder on anything.
Oh, anything. Okay. Well, so as always, I always ask my boss chicks, in your own words, what makes you a boss chick? Now, I mean, I brought you on the show because I thought you were a boss chick, but I want to know why you think you're a boss chick.
I think I'm a boss chick because my mind and my ideas go places that usually other people's minds don't go. I feel like up until this point, I've pushed boundaries and I've not let the fear of not knowing stop me from stepping out and doing something as crazy as this.
Okay.
But I
Yes.
going with your creativity and just stepping out and doing something, whether you fear it or not, that make you a boss. That make you a boss.
Gotcha.
Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So, with that being said, I want to know two things. If you have any words of advice that you could leave to someone who is an aspiring boss chick, like maybe they're working on it, but they, haven't made it there yet. But if there's any words of encouragement you can give them or words of advice that they would benefit from.
Well, first off, I don't believe that nobody is there yet as far as like being a boss chick. We all boss chicks. We all boss chicks. It's just something that you got to tap into to turn it up a notch and then
Okay.
other people why you a boss chick.
Got it.
I would say my advice is to don't stop. Once you
Don't stop.
not stop because you're gonna get that the clientele, you're gonna get the views, you're gonna get the likes. You just got to keep going. People got to know that you're consistent with it, you passionate with it, and you 10 toes down with it. If you finicky and you moving here and here and here and you're not really sticking with it, nobody's gonna believe you. But if you love it and you show it and you live in it,
Yes.
you're gonna grow. You don't have no choice but to grow.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So two things. Is there a way that people can get in contact with you? I know you said it's probably too late to do proms, but somebody might have something else coming up after prom season or a wedding this summer.
Actually, it's not too late for prom, especially if you're in like a late May or June prom. You can still my Instagram is the Fashion Mac, all one word, no caps.
Okay.
My Facebook is Cierra Mack. You'll see me in a gold dress, like a gold two-piece nude dress.
Okay. I'll
Um,
put those in the chat.
I just started a TikTok. I'm still learning it, but it's magic.
I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know. Tell me all about it.
TikTok watchers, um,
Yeah.
it's called Mac Magic, MACKMAGICC, two C's at the end. And
Okay.
yeah, you can reach out on any one of those. Give me about 24 hours to 48 hours to respond because my inbox is cracking.
I'm sure.
For real.
All right. Yes. Well, this has been fabulous. It's time for us to wrap up our interview, but I want to
I'm
extend an invitation.
excited for this. Like,
Yes,
this is new for me. And I just appreciate the opportunity. It was fun.
absolutely. And I love your energy, which is why I'm asking you to stay. Don't go anywhere. I
Oh,
want you to stay and come back for Girl Talk. We're going to have just a little bit of conversation about relationships. Can you handle it?
oh, okay.
Yes. Okay.
I
All right. So sit tight, everybody. Next up is Taryn T Money Ferrer with the spotlight on money.
I am loving the new intro. Hey, everybody. I am Taryn Money Ferrer, and I am excited to be here with you to talk about some money, honey. And when I am not here on Candid Conversations, I teach ambitious women how to go from rich to wealthy. And so today, we're going to talk about sinking funds. And the best part about sinking funds is it's a way to plan out your big purchases as you go through the year and just as you go through life. So the way that you might have I had a client said this a couple of days ago, and it was really funny. She was like, when I heard sinking funds, I thought of like the sunken place. Shout out to the people who have watched Get Out. It is not that. However, sinking funds did originate from companies saving money for upcoming debts or expenses that they needed to make. So that's why the name sinking is associated with it. Okay. So, what you can use a sinking fund for is anything from car maintenance to, if you're in an organization, you can use it for dues. You can also use it for vacations. Christmas gifts is like my favorite way to use sinking funds. Just things where you know the expense is coming up and you don't necessarily need to pull from your emergency fund for it, right? Your emergency fund should literally just be in an emergency, but your sinking funds are planned savings, okay? And so when you're using a sinking fund, you can also use it for other things that are fun. So I talked about vacations and stuff too, right? You can use it for, like, I have clients who are like me and love to go to brunch, okay? And so for them, I recommend to have a brunch sinking fund. So when it's time to go to brunch with your girlfriends, with whoever, you are able to pull from that specific account, that specific fund, and use that for brunch. And then you're not necessarily having to like be worried about, oh my gosh, like, do I have money for rent or do I have money for whatever it is? Because you're not pulling from your bills account, you're pulling from that account that you set aside for the fun things or the just planned expenses that are in your life. So that is your money minute today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you have a sinking fund, definitely let us know. I want to hear about it. If you don't have one, then this might be a great time to set one up for things that you have coming up in 2022. Thank you.
Oh, yes, it's time for Girl Talk with Dawn B, Latanya, Eudania, and yours truly, your laid back, down to earth life coach. All right, ladies, it's time to decide. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? Think about it, but whatever you choose, just don't forget the wine. All right, now it's time to get this conversation started. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, let me get that background out of there. That's too much. Okay. All right. So before we get into girl talk, I did promise the ladies that they would have an opportunity to ask Cierra Mack, our boss chick, some questions if they had any questions, if they needed address for anything specific. And also, Taryn, if you had any questions about money, you could ask her. So, anybody, anything? I know.
You know what? I was going to ask Cierra if you had anybody that you your ultimate goal to dress somebody. Who is it?
What? Beyonce. Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. I have to put Beyonce in a dress. I have to. I'll put her whole family or something, actually. Blue, the twins, Jay-Z.
I know that's right.
The whole family.
But yes, Beyonce, hands down.
Positive energy out there for it. Does look very Beyonce-ish stuff too.
Just speak it.
Yeah.
I like your sleeves. I like your jacket, by the way.
Thank you. I made this one. I made this one for a fashion show to fit a size small. I just recently made it large enough to fit me because I loved it so much. But it's my favorite.
Oh, it's cute.
It's cute.
Thank you.
I can see you like the bling.
Man. Sometimes I have to pull myself away from it because I will bling out anything.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. So did anybody have any more questions? Any questions for Taryn about money? You got your money together?
You say is the best way to start saving? Somebody wanted to start saving.
I say that the easiest way, I think there's two ways, honestly, that you can do it pretty easily. One is if you are working for somebody else, you can automate part of your paycheck to go to a savings account. And that's an easy way to do it. And like, you're not even able to touch it first because sometimes like that's the issue. So I always recommend if you can automate that savings, it's a great way to start. And then really, I think the big thing is start where you are. So often, you know, folks are like, oh, I need to put away like a ton at one time. And truthfully, like, start with what you have. If that's like $20 a week, if that's $50, whatever it is, you know, just start putting that aside and build up at the very least like that emergency fund first. And then you can start to get into all the other fun stuff.
Okay, very nice. All right. Are you all ready for Girl Talk?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if this is your very first time joining us for Girl Talk, whether in the studio or watching live stream, I'm just going to go over the rules and how things go. So first of all, you need a glass.
Which I don't have.
As a word. Okay. So that's how
okay.
we start.
I got something for you, Sierra.
A virtual.
Virtual glass of wine.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is how it works. We have real questions, real scenarios, and then personal truths. So you get to choose. And how it goes is each lady on the panel gets an opportunity to choose and answer or respond before the rest of us chime in. Okay. And then we just go kind of in a circle and try to get everybody's questions answered. Are you ready? Look at Dawn all next to me and everything. So we're going to start with Dawn. Are you ready, Dawn?
Word, son, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So what would you like? A question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
I'm sorry. I was just reading when Miss Rita Lawson was writing.
What did it say?
She wrote, I was reading the comments.
Oh, I didn't.
Let me read it. It said, hey, ladies, yeah. Sierra, I'm with you. I would love to be a part of your next fashion show because I have a true passion for fashion. I'm Latanya, that's your mama.
She's a faithful viewer.
Okay, Mom. I got her.
Word. All right, thanks, Mama. Latanya, mama is the jam.
My mom, if you see my mom's page, this is the fact. Like, okay, real quick, and then we can get to Girl Talk. I knew my mama was serious about fashion when she had this dress. I was like in 6th grade, and she had like all these little things around the dress, different colors, and she had a black strappy shoe. It was in the same amount of straps and the same amount of like little color thingies.
Oh wow!
You know that lady took fingernail polish and painted every strap to match the little thingies across the front. So yeah. My mom is a real fashionista, unlike her daughter. So
I love
it. She didn't pass it down.
Yeah, no,
she didn't. Okay, Miss Rita.
All right.
Got my kids.
That's funny. Okay, what would you like, Dawn?
Question.
All right. Can you stop being sexually attracted to your partner based on how they treat you?
Yes.
Are we all answering it?
Well, Dawn goes first, and then, but Dawn, you're just saying yes?
I'm saying yes. There's nothing more to it. Like, you treat me bad. Okay. I mean, it's happened to me. I mean, I'm divorced. I thought I found me a new boo, and now we not together. He did some. This is my problem, and I can't get over it. Like, I get mentally like, ew, that's not for me, and then I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm crazy. Because some people come back from it. I never come back. I just be like, peace, see you later.
It depends on what they've done.
Well, it can happen.
No, I agree it can happen, but you're saying they can't come back from it. I think it depends on what they've done to say whether or not they can, you know what I mean? If you can come
Wait, what
back.
was the question again? Can you, based on what they've done to you? Okay, yeah.
Based on how they've treated you, can you stop being sexually attracted
I mean,
to them?
you could just not open a door for me, and so I'm petty. Like, oh, you ain't open the door? All right, wow.
And they just not cute anymore.
Well, I'm like, and you stink. Like, yeah, stop wearing that crap.
Lord have mercy. Okay, anybody else?
Absolutely you can. Even past how they treat you, you know, if they don't believe in the same things or, you know, value the same things, or they do something different from you and it just totally turns you off. I could be like, yeah,
we're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's best to find out those things early. That way you're not 2, 3, 4 years down and you like, I hate the way he just being true.
Breathing. We breathing every day, just breathing.
That's terrible.
What did I ever see in you? Yeah.
Right.
And back to what
agree.
Somebody treat you bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse.
It's all a turn off. Yeah.
Not handsome no more.
I totally agree with that. Did anybody? Oh, you guys are all shaking, nodding your heads. So I'm assuming you all agree.
I definitely agree, and I really think that the way a man treats you in general is one of the things that really make you attracted to him overall. Like if a man treats you nice, like they may not be the from what I heard. They may not be like the most attractive person initially, but if that person treats you nice, treats you like a queen, believes in your dream, helps to push you to be a better person and all of that, like that in itself makes the man attractive. Once a man is disrespectful, like I've even seen people like online, and they may be attractive men, but when they talk about women a certain type of way, it's just like, dude,
who hurt?
Bum.
Yeah,
exactly.
Broke your heart.
Around. Exactly. All right, cool. Well, we're all in agreement with that one. So we're going to move on to Cierra. You ready? Yes. Okay, so you get to choose a question, a scenario, or a personal truth, whichever one you want.
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's do personal truth.
Okay. You know, personal truth is like truth or dare, but here we go. Have you ever discovered that someone close to you, good friend or family member, was jealous of you? And if so, what did you do when you found out?
See, I don't have them type of problems. I got good people around me.
That's wonderful.
Man, I'm yawning.
And I've never went through anything where I felt like somebody was envious of me or low-key jealous or throwing shade. See, the type of person I am, I'm so full of life and I walk in with a smile on my face. I'm such a ball of sunshine that even if that was going on, my beams is blocking it off. I've never come in contact with something or someone like that. I never. And I hope that I never do.
Yes. Well, that's awesome.
Women empowerment, everybody get money, everybody eat, everybody have fun and live our best lives. So
got it.
Yeah. What's that?
So, I've had some haters.
Well, I would consider you blessed. I cannot say the same.
I know that's right. Get please.
Yeah, but the only thing is that I was an adult when it happened. And so like you're saying, like if you've lived your whole childhood and everything like that, and that hasn't happened to you, my initial response was definitely the opposite of what it should have been. I was in shock for a little bit, and then I dulled my shine, which I don't believe in that anymore. But I did that because I was like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I felt them uncomfortable, but I have grown to learn that that's not my issue. If you know what I mean? So, but yeah, back then I did. I dulled my shine. I took a step back. You know, but I don't think anymore that that's the appropriate response.
Nope.
Yeah, I would say like it happened, but I don't think I realized that they were jealous until like a little while after the
Right.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think it took a few occurrences for me to be like, you kind of said that a little sideways this time.
Right.
And I'm like, wait a minute. And in the way that the way that I initially dealt with it was the same. Like I kind of felt myself hiding a bit or like hiding certain things, right? Certain successes or whatever it may be. But then yeah, it got to the point where it was like, well, I'm gonna just do me.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna be what it is. And if you don't like it, you can go. You ain't gotta be around me. So that's it.
Exactly. I think I if not before this, I think I learned it from my current pastor. Now it was many years ago, but I know that, so like, pastors say what they're gonna say, and my pastor is pretty bold. And so like he said something and he's like, and I know some of y'all don't like that. And so I thought he was gonna say something like a little comforting or encouraging, and he was like, there are other churches. And I was like, oh, okay then. So yeah, you don't like what's going on here, hey, I just thought that was funny. All right, we good? So everybody,
good.
nobody else, Latanya, no situations.
No, I'm like Sierra. Overall, I have a good group around me. I'm like really an introverted extrovert, so I'm already like funny about who I'm around. But when I do choose friends or associates, I pretty much tend to choose wise, and I've been blessed and lucky. If it may have happened in the past, but they were not people that were close to me. So I've had the same friends since like from kindergarten to grammar school to high school, and even now associates and friends that I've met along the way, they're all like pretty dope people. So they're very supportive.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to keep a small group of friends around me, probably for that reason. Yeah, agreed. All right. Latanya, it's your turn.
I'll take a question.
A question. All right. If a man pays exactly half the bills, can he still be called a provider?
Oof. No.
Latanya.
My turn. My bad.
So he just pays like just half the bills, and then like that's it. That's a partner.
Exactly half the bills.
Yeah, that's a partner. That's not a provider. Like you just pay half the bill. You are me. I'm you. Like we both have balls. Like no, I'm just playing. But
What's happening here? Okay.
I'm just playing. But no, serious. Like
it's true because
Yeah,
yours are called ovaries. Yours are called ovaries. Both got balls.
Okay, so no, it's not like, I mean, I'm a provider and you're a provider. We're paying half of everything together. So it's like you are a good you're a partner. That's a partner. That's not a provider.
Right.
I mean, and then I'm not downing anyone in that type of situation because what works for people works for people. But it's like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's a provider. He do this and that. Like,
yeah, I'm with
no,
Cheryl Davis. She said that's a roommate.
Exactly.
Reading her comments.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. It's a roommate, a partner, or something. Like, it's just.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think
provider.
I think it probably depends on what you're used to and how you were raised. Right. So if you were used to seeing one person take care of mostly everything, that you didn't have to worry or stress about something because somebody else got it, like they provided, they made sure. I think that's a provider. And like you're saying, meeting me halfway, not saying that you're not valuable, but the title's just not called provider.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean you're a bum.
It doesn't mean you're a bum. You just my man's in him.
You bro now. What up, bro?
Bread.
You're funny. All right. Anybody else want to chime in before I move on to Taryn? Taryn's like, nope, I have nothing to say. Okay. Taryn's handling all the fun, right?
I feel like
I'm on mute.
I feel like they said it.
Oh, were you talking, Sierra?
No, I was saying I can't speak on that because I don't got no man. So.
Oh, girl, all those designs and no man. That's your go get 'em dress. Okay. All right. Cool. Taryn, you are up next.
Let's see. I'll do the personal truth. We'll go for that today.
You guys are dancing around the scenarios. All right, let's see.
I feel like the last scenario, I was like, woo.
Yeah, you do. You need. That's what the wine is for. The wine is for the scenarios. All right, let's see what the personal truth is. This is easy. Okay, have you ever walked up to a car that looks like yours in a parking lot and tried to open the door?
I have not. However, I have witnessed it multiple times, and it's equally hilarious every single time it happens.
Man, you know what's crazy? Oh, go ahead, Sierra.
Car that looked like me, I got in and sat down, and the person in the driver's side was like, "What?
Did you really? You got into the car?
In that car, and I sat down.
Oh my
God! You looking for somebody? Oh my
God! Oh, that's funny.
Man, that was the craziest I've ever went through. But yeah, it happens. It happened so fast. We both was in shock. We couldn't do nothing but that.
That's funny. I thought my story was funny. I know, like with my first marriage, I don't remember what car it was, but I remember my ex-husband walked up to the car and he was like pulling on it, and this lady came running out like we were trying to steal her car. Like we like, what? Like, oh, we look back up, look at the license plate. We're like, sorry, ma'am. So we had to like literally like walk to our car to be like, see, ours looks just like yours. We're not trying to steal your car. But she was like coming at us, like she was running toward us, like she just came out the store, like they're trying to steal my car. That was terrible. It was funny later, but it wasn't funny in the moment.
Yeah. I got multiple. I think my kids walk up to the wrong car when I pick them up from school. I'm like, what the? It's the same car. I'm like, not quite, but it's the same color. One time though, I told y'all I lived in Japan. So in Japan, you don't lock anything over in Okinawa. You just don't.
Nice. Okay.
We left out of a pizza shop and we got into a car. My ex-husband and I, we got in. We was like, this ain't none of our shit. What? Like, oh snap, we in somebody else's car. Like straight up inside the car, like, okay, this is not our stuff. What happened? Somebody robbed us and replaced it? Like,
yeah.
We was parked right next to it. So
that's funny. Like, this ain't none of our stuff. That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did cuss. I said I was not going to cuss on season 5.
Okay, we'll do a redo next week.
We should have put money in the pot.
We should let the viewers count the money.
Like, I'm all for the money game here. So yes.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Look, watch her not say not one cuss word.
So that car situation just actually happened to me at Myers. I went grocery shopping and I'm like against the car, trying to let the back up to put my groceries in, and I'm like just going off like, this car's so stupid. All that technology It didn't even work. Like I'm at the car and I looked down. I was like, wait a minute, Florida. The license plate was a Florida license plate. I'm talking about the exact same car as mine. Like my car was 2 cars over. I was like, oh,
looking around.
This is why I didn't open up. Like,
at least nobody came running at you like you were stealing.
No, they didn't.
Oh my God.
You touching it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be brave tonight and choose a scenario.
All right,
it's very rare that we even get around to me. What time is it? Where's my clock? Okay.
Get down, girl. Go ahead, get down.
All right.
May odds be ever in your favor.
All right, let's see what we have here. All right. Let me take off the banner because I can't see it. All right. So my husband came home from work last night and told me that a female coworker asked him if he could give her a ride to work tomorrow, and he told her yes. I had an uncomfortable grin on my face when I said, okay. So today I finally got the courage to tell him I'm not comfortable with him having other females in his car that, number one, I don't know, and number two, he just met. He responded with, I'm grown. This is my car and my gas. He basically told me I was overreacting. He reminded me that I have his location, so there's no need for me to be acting like this. Well, apparently today, she didn't ask him for a ride, but he offered without talking to me first. It makes me feel like he didn't care how I felt about it. Am I wrong? Am I overreacting? Should I be okay with this?
And this her husband, you said? It's
No.
husband or boyfriend?
It said husband. It said my husband.
Oh,
so, yeah, number one, he didn't respond appropriately. So whether or not he gives somebody a ride, that's a whole separate issue. But if she's telling you, or let me talk to her, if you're telling your husband that you're uncomfortable with something, his response was cold. I don't feel like he showed any type of care for her feelings, which is what a husband is supposed to do. He's supposed to not only protect you physically, but protect your heart. And so if she's feeling uncomfortable, he should care. So his response, I'm grown, that's irrelevant. I'm grown too. I mean, like, what does that have to do with anything? Talk to me. And then he offered her a ride the next day. Like, what you doing offering her a ride for?
Because that's his side piece.
Exactly the whole point. Like, it might not be his side piece, but he's definitely laying the groundwork for it. You know what I mean? He's making that woman feel more comfortable than he's making his wife feel. Like he cares more about her getting a ride to and from work than he cares about his wife being uncomfortable. That's a problem. So they need to have a conversation about that. And if he continues to respond that way, she's got some decisions to make. Call a counselor. I don't know.
See, some guys, they tend to think that when we voice how we feel, we're telling them what to do. When in reality, I'm just letting you know how I feel about a situation. How you take it from there on is gonna, determine how we move forward. All he had today was, you know what? My bad. I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm gonna get her this ride. You can stay on the phone with me the entire time, but then we won't, because she asked, she must have needed it. But to offer again after I just told you, I'll with this, like, forget my feelings and you're gonna do what you want to do. Oh, okay. Well, let me go ahead and tell my work boo, John, that I'm gonna get him a
you're gonna start on real one.
Like that.
Right.
You see how you feel when that happens. It's all about understanding how your partner feel and having some compassion for their feelings.
Exactly.
What you do, just know I don't feel comfortable with it. Make me feel comfortable.
I'm gonna give a ride, okay, and it's not gonna be in my car. Sorry, dang. My problem. I don't know. Y'all said it. Tomorrow, you got my locations. I know y'all going to work. Give me a camera. Put a camera up in there. And what year is this? A 98? I mean, Uber app home? What's up?
Oh Lord.
Matter of fact, this is COVID. You can work from home, bitch. Like, just log in. You working from home tomorrow. You don't need a ride from my husband.
You know what I like?
Okay, so how many times did she just cuss?
You got Uber, you got public transportation, you have Lyft, hitchhike, bitch. Don't come to my husband.
You're gonna be up there fighting with women. The problem is with the husband, not the girl.
Oh my God.
It's the same thing. It's a problem with both of them because
True.
she asked my husband for a ride. That's a married man. You don't ask that married man for nothing except for how I'm doing. Period. I'm not asking nobody's husband for anything unless we are in business. So, and therefore, if it felt like that, she should have been asking me, can my husband pick her up?
Just ask somebody else.
I ain't doing it. Just don't talk to my husband.
Yeah.
And I'm not uptight about anything, and I'm pretty fair, but I know how women are. So it's not that I have a problem with her. I have a problem with both of them. But see, men tend to be like, huh? No, she said I love with her mouth open. I didn't know she was gonna do that. Like men act like they don't.
Don, you are a mess.
I mean, I could be talking to like my guy friends, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Did you do like?"
You thought that was okay?
You thought that was okay? Don't thought no more. Don't thought no more. It's crazy,
right? Because why would you want problems at home? I mean,
my gas, my car. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to walk on eggshells, but why would you? Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would. That just wasn't smart.
My gas.
Okay, so everybody's in agreement.
Yeah,
she's not overreacting.
She's not.
Dawn said it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For all of us. All right. So
we need to get this this cuss jar started.
You know,
I did that.
Y'all about to make some money.
I'm starting to get a little curse word here and there to add that little, that extra juice on it.
Yeah, I was just acting up.
I know.
I did
But
that.
it was hilarious. It was funny.
Yes, so great.
My night, your life. That's damn, Aisha.
What?
You put my night, your life.
I did.
Somebody's hacking your account.
I'm not monitoring the comments. I'm sorry. I'm like, I did what?
Yes, it's under your name.
It's your account, girl.
Oh, okay. That's my producer. But I didn't,
okay.
because I want, because before when I was like doing the comments and the questions, I'm missing the conversation. I watched the show back and I'm like, oh, I didn't even hear her say that. So I'm like, I need somebody to monitor the comments so I can be part of the conversation. All right, Dawn, you're up next. We still have time.
What did we have? Pick one.
I just did a scenario and we had two questions and a personal truth, I think, or maybe two personal truths and a question.
We had like two personal truths and two questions, I think.
Okay, so let's do a scenario.
All right. What's the scenario? Wait a minute. Why is something missing? Did the scenario get deleted? Okay. I know I had these color coded so I wouldn't get lost. And now there's a number missing. All right. Let's go for a short one. I don't know what it says. Okay. So it says, I need advice. I'm having a difficult time trying to co-parent. Every time I let our kids go to my ex's house, they always tell me about something they should not have heard at their ages, 11 and 12. At this point, I'm ready to keep them away from their dad and have him just take me to court. What are your thoughts?
Oh, boo.
Okay.
This sounds so ridiculous. They are 31 and 48. What is she talking about? What can an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old hear at this point? My own kids, they play GTA, but that's just me because I am liberal, I guess. But so instead of you discussing this with your ex, you're just gonna keep the kids away from their dad? Like, seriously? Like, it makes no sense. And I'm not sure because I don't know the situation. Whatever it is that they can't hear or shouldn't be here or whatever is inappropriate, I just think have a whole discussion before you say you want to deal with the courts and have the kids in court and be taken away from their dad because children need their daddy.
Agreed. They do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if he's taking care of them. Like, for real? For real? Now, see, I can't cuss, but this would have been an appropriate time to call her a stupid.
But it probably does matter what it is that they've heard. So I don't think everything is okay, but it is still a discussion. Like, you don't just say, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? That you can't go to your dad's house and
take me to court. You're never seeing your kids again because
it actually feels like she probably did have a conversation with him, and like guys often do, probably is disregarding her feelings when it comes to kids. They're gonna do it over here.
But guess what though? I mean,
I still don't think she's.
That's his household.
That's drastic.
Those are also his children. Like, don't mind the business that pays you. Isn't that what it's saying?
True.
Like,
they healthy.
That's his house. And that's what he's choosing to raise his children. That's the part. That part. I mean, I'm co-parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I send my kids to their dad's house for whatever amount of time, and the only thing is they come back more dumb because he's dumb. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking.
What are we gonna do with you?
I love you. No.
Damn.
I love
But I can't micromanage his time. I mean, I made kids with this man, so he has some sense. I know his morals and his values, and if he chooses, I didn't want them hanging out at the pier crabbing, but that's just me being uptight. But it's very good, and they loved it. So go ahead and rock out with your daddy. I can't change. I mean, I can make a suggestion.
You know what? They at 11 and 12, you can have a conversation with the kids as well. Like, you know, that might be okay at dad's house, but it's not okay here.
Don't bring that shit home. I mean, don't bring that. And you can have that at 11 and 12. My kids are 14. They 6 and 8, and they have
the kids are 14.
I'm trying to tell you.
6 and 8 is 14.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to watch her in about 2 more years. Make sure she's not putting them kids out.
No, I'm not. Just going to live with their daddy.
Seriously though. So here's my thing with that. First of all, like Cheryl said, girl, you don't want to go to court. It's not that serious. Like, you don't want to go to court. It's not that serious. Seriously. Also, the fact that she knows that the kids hear something inappropriate, what she feels is inappropriate, means that they're communicating with her. And that's the time for her to have conversation with her kids about whatever it is that they're hearing. So it's just like, you can't change a person, and as women, we cannot make men be the parents that we want them to be. The fact that they're in his life, and the fact that he's in their life and they're not actually in harm's way, then it's just like, it's almost like, you just have to kind of deal with it and correct with your children. The fact that they're telling her, like, that's a wide open door for her to correct whatever it is that they heard.
Exactly.
So, because even like my kids come home from school sometime and be like, such and such said this, and wait, such and such did this. I'm like, well, what did you do? Like,
right,
we are concerned about you, right? Because they're going to see it anywhere, everywhere they go. Something that does not coincide with my teachings.
Exactly.
And they're gonna see it on YouTube. And that's the whole thing. Like, you see, these kids are exposed to so much on YouTube. When they play Fortnite, they can play with strangers or whatever. So kids are exposed to all type of things at school, online, everything.
That's
so
true. Very true.
But she gonna keep them from their whole daddy to invite her boyfriend in and be beating them. I'm sorry, I went too far.
You went too far. She's gonna regret that decision. But all right, ladies, we have 1 minute left, so it's time for me to close. Sit tight, so I can close out, but don't go anywhere, because the after party. Okay, hold on.
I know I gotta go.
All right, well, that is going to do it for tonight. We really appreciate you tuning in and actively participating in the conversation. I want to thank our boss chick fashion designer, Cierra Mack, for sharing her journey and her designs with us. Be sure to contact her for your prom and wedding fashion needs, and whatever else she can do. She says she can do a lot. But next week's boss chick will be celebrity hairstylist Tiffany Doherty, so you don't want to miss that. We want to thank Taryn, T-Money, Ferrer for always sharing valuable and helpful information regarding our money. And we'll see you again next week with Miss Lika the Diva with the spotlight on beauty. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and remember to know and embrace true love, because you're worth it. Have a blessed evening. Good night.